So here are three big stories, and they are legitimately big stories for today. So Ukraine's defense minister says that half of Western arms arrived later than promised. 50% of weapons promised by Western partners failed to reach Kyiv on time. This is why they had to abandon Avdiivka. They just simply didn't have the ammunition to keep the fight going. We have a plan. We are working on the plan. We are doing everything possible and impossible, but without timely supply of Western arms, it's hard for us, he conceded. Yeah, it is. And so they're at a disadvantage, and Western partners have caused it. Okay, here's Zelensky. He's saying that Trump doesn't understand Putin because he's never fought him. And that was a profound thought. Let me go down and read this little bit. I think Donald Trump doesn't know Putin, Zelensky said. I know he met him, but he never fought with Putin. The American army never fought with Russia. I have a better understanding, he said. I don't think he understands that Putin will never stop. But then beyond that, he went on and said this.
Donald Trump appears that he is on the verge of becoming the Republican nominee for president. The last time I interviewed him, he refused to say if he wanted Ukraine or Russia to win this war. Are you prepared for him to be reelected?
The decision who will be the president, decision of your society. But one moment. I hope it will not be so, but this way. But anyway, so if Donald Trump doesn't know whom he will support, Ukraine or Russia, I think that he will have challenges with his society, because to support Russia, it means be against Americans.
I think he's right about that. To support Russia would be to be against the majority of American society, and I think that there's something profound about that. Okay, let's keep moving. I saw this on Twitter and then looked it up. Sure enough, Hungary approved Sweden joining NATO after months of delay. I want to show you this because this is important. Russia says that they went to war because they didn't want this landmass to flip over to NATO kind of colors like that. Okay? Instead, this landmass and this landmass, which is larger than that, has flipped because they watched Russia's aggression against Ukraine. And eventually, this one will too. That's what's going to happen. It's not there yet. But let's watch this. This is the actual coverage of the vote.
Hungary ratified Sweden's NATO accession on Monday, clearing the last hurdle before an historic step for the Nordic country, whose neutrality lasted through 2 world wars and the Cold War.
So Sweden was neutral through all that time, and it was Russian aggression that caused them to go, you know what, this is untenable, let's get the protection of NATO.
And Sweden's accession to NATO will strengthen Hungary's security.
Okay, so that's a bit of a turnaround, but it's good, and I'm glad to see that that's the case. Sweden can take a breath now as they're moving into NATO. Okay, last little bit. This is just for fun. Imagine a parallel universe where Western journalists write articles like these. The offensive has failed. Should Russia give up territory for peace? I've seen so many that have said that about Ukraine that it sickens me, but it'd be great to see some articles like that. I'm looking forward to reading those articles. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and the coffees, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.